The ability to perform actions based on conditions is one of the core principles of computer programming. You're benefiting from that principle every time you receive a package. If the zip code is so and so, place it on that belt. Every time you receive an email, if the server is on that network, route the data through this network. Every time you walk through an automatic door, if the sensor is on, open the door, and many more daily applications. To explain the conditional statement syntax in Python, I'll use a hypothetical scenario where you are a robot engineer. You were asked to design a robot to sort carrots based on their weight and color. It is your first day at work, so your supervisor starts with a super basic task assignment to pick a carrot if it is purple in color and ignore others. Thankfully, the color sensors on the robot give you the color codes to work with. The color code for purple is 3 from this table. Here is how you would write a Python program to do it. For the sake of simplicity, I'll add an input statement to get the color code in the program rather than using a color sensor. If color_code double equals to 3, then print picking purple carrot. Let us spend some time on the syntax here. If color_code double equals to 3, the double equal to sign checks for equality. Single equal to sign is already taken, right? So you've seen that already. It is used as an assignment operator. All right, the double equal to sign is the first relational operator I'm introducing to you. It's called a relational operator because it deals with the relation between two entities. There are several other relational operators out there. We're going to discuss about them in detail later on, but for now, let's move on with this code. If color_code double equals to 3, and then we have a colon specifying the end of the if statement. Once we press enter or the return key, Python idle editor automatically indents the code and asks you to write the code from here. Indentation is part of the syntax in Python. Whatever indented code you write will be part of the if conditional statement's scope. If the condition is satisfied, the indented code is executed. For the sake of demonstration, I'll write a line of code outside the scope of the if statement saying mission accomplished. Now it's the time to test our program. If I enter code 3, the output displayed is picking purple carrot. Mission accomplished. If I entered color code 1, which is orange from the table, guess what it would print? Just mission accomplished. As the if condition is not satisfied, the code within its scope is not executed. Now let's move on to task 2, which puts the robot to work. If the carrot is purple, the robot places it in box 1, else it puts the carrot in box 2. Here is how you would write it. Right after the if statement and the code in its scope, you would add an else keyword, followed by a colon. When you press enter, the code is again indented, and whatever you write here will be in the scope of the else statement. When color code is 1, the program displays this output. The value in color code variable will be 1, and the condition in if statement is not met. So it enters else code block and executes the code in it. If we do enter color code 3, the code in if statement block will get executed and the block of code under else will be skipped. Task 3. If the carrot is purple, the robot places it in box 1. Else, if the carrot is orange, it puts it in box 2, else it puts in box 3. And here is how you would write it. I took the code from previous example and added this block of code under else. A common mistake made by programmers learning Python is to forget about the indentation. This if statement should be in the scope of this else statement. Writing it without indentation will result in a syntax error. Alright, this if else block of code looks familiar, so let's see this code in action. If I enter 3, it places the character in box 1. If I enter 1, it places it in box 2. If I enter 4, it places it in box 2. Perfect. If we try to add more else if conditions, the need for indentation blows out of proportion. Partly why the creators of Python thought it would be a good idea to have elif keyword. Usage of elif simplifies the indentation need that is present in if-else if code. Take a look at these two programs. They both work the same, but the program with elif looks more elegant than the if-else if code. Pick the conditional statements that suit the best in any given scenario. The exercises and quiz this week will solidify your understanding of these.